Hi guys, so this is the next installment into my making a journal series. Now we'd already gotten as far as making the journal cover and making the first page, which has subsequent pages and a page tab inside of it. So we've now put that to one side and we make the next page. Now the next page is exactly the same as last time. We take two A5 pieces of paper. We score ½ an inch at one side, ½ an inch at the other on one piece, and take an inch off of the other, and then put score tape down the side of each one, making sure that it is firmly press down. Then we'll lift the score tape. She says. Okay. Now we want to adhere this down here, the second page down. Make sure you get it the right way around, because I'm obviously using textured paper. I need the texture on the outside. And I do apologise if I sound a little off today. I'm not very well. But we will work through it. And then firmly press that down so that you know no matter what, it is not coming away. Just make sure those edges are nice and square. Now then, what's different on this one is with our A5 pages, instead of having them coming over like a book like this, we're going to be having them coming like this. So what I've done is taken an A5 piece of paper, I've scored an inch at the top of each one, I've put some score tape along the top of each one. I'm now going to adhere that I'm going to come up to here like so, right up to the crest, and bend it over and score that or burnish that, sorry, until I know it's firmly stuck and that is not going anywhere. And then I'm going to turn over. I'm going to burnish this one and score, and then remove the score tape on this one. Again, I'm going to lay this flat, making sure that the flaps will go the same way so they will both lift up. Come right up to the crest and again fold over, making sure everything's nice and even, and give that a really, really good burnish. before. So now we're left with a page that will open like so, turn over and open like so. So now what I want to do is add my DSP. Now my DSP, if I hadn't said so before, which I think I already had, has come from the Debbie Moore Haberdashery paper pack. So we'll just choose the papers from this that I'm going to be using. And I think I'll use the bric-a-brac, and I'll use these two. Just pop those ones back in the packaging. Just to one side, get my paper trimmer. And my measuring stick. I already know that this is 7 3/8 long, so I want it at 7 1/8 long by 5 5/8 wide. So 5 5/8. 5 5/8. Seven 1/8. And 7 1/8. And those will be for my two inside layers here. I just adhere those down now with wet glue. Centralized. It's nice and centered. Pop that over there and do the other side. Wet glue as before. Do that down so it's nice and centralized. And there we have that. So now then, yeah, I think we'll have this one first. So it's actually going to be the same size, which is 5 5/8. 7 1/8. 7 1/8. Put that to one side just for a second and measure, just to check we've got that right, and we have. Wet glue. Plenty on there. Gear that down like so. And then as well on the inside. Wet glue again. You don't have to use wet glue for this part. You can actually use score tape for this part, but I'm saving my score tape and I have plenty of wet glue. When it comes to pockets and things, I will be also using wet glue. So you need to make sure this is the right way up when it's opened. Adhere that down nicely. And then we can go round just giving things a good old burnish. Paying special attention to those edges. Again on those edges. This one a good burnish as well now while we're here. And then again this one, which is exactly the same. It's 5 5/8. 5 5/8. 7 1/8. And seeing as I've started with the middle one, with the open one, I'll use this one. And then making sure, of course, it's the right way up again for this one. And again, give that a nice burnish. along with the other side. Special attention to those edges. And we now end up with our page that flips up. So now we're going to distress this. I'm going to start here. And already you can see that starting to take shape. I really love to watch the transformation of the paper when we do this. I still find it fascinating, even now, after all these years of doing this. I mean, when I first started doing this, Tim Holtz wasn't around. And we had to use things like dried tea bags and things. Powdered tea, if anybody remembers from back in the day. Using powdered tea to age paper in this way. I'm sure some of you out there do. That page. Now we'll turn over to the main page, and you can see it takes shape. And like I said in the original, it is a lot of work, but it is very worth it. I mean, obviously, if you're making an album for a baby or making a Disney album or anything like that, you don't want to age the papers. But if you're making a vintage book like I am today, then you really do want to age the papers. I have to say, these Tim Holtz Distress inks last forever and ever and ever and ever and ever before you have to re-ink them. I'm very impressed with the Tim Holtz inks compared to archival inks. Although, don't knock them, archival inks definitely have their place. Especially for printing. Nothing beats a good archival ink. When it comes to distressing, I think Tim Holtz has got it down to a fine art now. Especially with his new oxides. I've seen them in action. I haven't actually gotten any yet. but I will have in the future, I dare say, and I will enjoy them just as much as I enjoy his distress inks, and from what I've heard, even more so. So that has been the next installment. Now what I'm going to do is, because I'm going to have both this style of, you can see now, like that, and we'll turn it and it'll be like that. And we affix the page here. Oh, I forgot we need to make our page tab, don't we? A page tab that fits inside here. So we need to make a 1/2 inch allowance. So I need to take a 1/2 inch away. And I need to take a full 1.5 inches away as well. So 1/2 inch from the seam. And a full inch, or probably 1.25 inches from there. And that should fit nicely in there. Yep, and we'll use our corner rounder. Corner rounder is from Stampin' Up, by the way, which you can find my Stampin' Up shop on my channel art. Just get rid of this rubbish a second. It's the S on my channel art that's in black and white. And the corner rounder is available on there. It's called Delightfully Detailed Punch. And it does this shape here. It does a little tab punch there, and it does the corner round as well. So now we need a tab on there. And I do believe I'd already saved a piece, because I was going to cut a 2-inch piece. I corner rounded it the last time, and there was absolutely no need for me to do that whatsoever, because at the end of all of the pages I'm going to be covering all of these anyway. I've decided. I wasn't going to, but now I've decided I'm going to. I was going to leave it for the recipient, but I figured if I just put some sort of plain paper in there, I need to come down a little bit further than the next one. Here we are. And then we just need to distress these sides as well. Although, I mean, I could leave them for the recipient. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. We'll decide towards the end of the journal. But yeah, as I was about to explain, the next 3 pages of the journal are going to be alternate versions of these. So there'll be another 2 of the side opening ones and another 1 of these top flap ones. So that makes 5 pages altogether, which actually makes more than 5 pages because of the flaps and openings that we'll have on them. And obviously there'll be plenty of room for photographs and stuff once we get to the stage of putting waterfalls, cascades, napkin folds, and various other things I have in mind for this journal. But I'll go ahead and make those off camera. So for the next installment, we'll be learning how to do a waterfall and cascades and such. So there's that. That pops in there like that. And that will go next to this page, which is at the top like that. So you can now see that the 2 tabs run concurrently with each other. That should be underneath like that. And also the colour version matches as well. So if we can keep that colouring going all the way through, that would be wonderful. I could actually distress this cover while I'm here, couldn't I? Because I haven't actually done that yet. So I get to doing that. It really did need to be done. Really is starting to take shape now. I'm really quite happy with it. Keep that ribbon out of the way. And of course I was going to show you how to do it with the binding as well. So perhaps in the next one, because the binding will take you some time to teach you, perhaps in the next one, because I'll have done all the other pages ready, I will actually teach you how to do the binding. The inside. We'll go ahead and do the outside. Hide that ribbon away. Makes such a difference. Really, really does. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do in the next one, is the binding. I'm sorry that my next instalment wasn't live, but obviously because I'm not well, I didn't know if I would have to rush off at any minute. So decided to pre-record was the best idea, just this once. And I enjoy doing lives as well, I really do. I happen to have poured tea all over my laptop, which is not fine. It's not one of my better moves, but I do have a new laptop on the way. So yeah, I mean, me doing this spine like this is quite pointless actually, because I'll be covering this up with lace and whatnot, but I'll know it's there and I'll have the self-satisfaction of knowing that I've done it. So yeah, that's our aging done on our book. And our first 2 pages. Now all you have to do is make another 2 of these pages and another 1 of these pages, so that you have 5 altogether that alternate. But do remember to put them alternately and to put each tab down slightly further, so that you'll have eventually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tabs should end up coming down to about here. And then they'll just pop out the side of the book like so. So that's it for today, guys. I've been Tammy. I will catch you again next time. If you like what you see, please press subscribe and give us a big thumbs up. And I will catch you again next time. Okay now, bye-bye.